When you're responsible, you're actually showing your partner that you're committed. And that's really, really key to marriage. And commitment often has to be expressed over and over and over again. It's not something that you just say at the beginning, oh, I commit to marrying you and I love you. No, it doesn't end there. It just begins there. Commitment is done every day through our actions, through our words, through our behaviors, through seeing things through the feedback we get and the way that we respond to our spouse. All of that is commitment because if you think about it, if you lack responsibility, say, for example, we took this scenario out of marriage and into a workplace, and your boss gave you some roles that you had to do. Those are your responsibilities. And let's take a really easy role. Say you're a cleaner, okay, and your job is to clean, I don't know, the floors and the worktops and the windows. And that's your job. And then you go in and that's what you're going to get paid to do. And you're a part of a bigger system. Like if those floors are not cleaned, if the worktops are not cleaned and the windows are not cleaned, everybody that uses that facility or uses that room or that space is going to be affected. And in a negative way, because the hygiene isn't going to be there. Perhaps there's going to be things that are left on the windows that, obstructs. There's lots of things that can happen. Imagine if it was a classroom, or imagine if it was a kitchen, and you were responsible for cleaning that floor, cleaning the worktop, cleaning the windows. If you didn't do those things, what would happen? You would feel, your boss would say to you that you're not committed to this job because your actions or lack thereof of taking the responsibility of doing the things that you were supposed to be doing isn't done. And it's natural. It's like it's a natural consequence. You're naturally going to be told, look, what's going on here? You've got this job. You're supposed to do these things. You're not doing them. What's going on? And it's the same for relationships. We have a part that we play. And when that part isn't played, then it affects the commitment. It affects the strength of that commitment. And when that commitment is questioned, that's when like shaitan comes in and you're going to have doubts in your relationship and you're going to have like other arguments. They might be nonsensical. They might be things that you think, well, why are we arguing about that? And part of the reason you're arguing about that is because, that foundation of commitment, they pick up on it and they know if you turn around and say, oh, you're just nagging or you're just moaning or why don't you try it for a day, like all these defense mechanisms that come up, you can no one's stopping you can say those things, but I want you to really think, are you in this marriage to have a good marriage, to have connection, to be with somebody who understands you, who respects you, who you can have a good laugh with and communication with and like peace with, like tranquility with, somebody who trusts you and relies on you, and there's a sense of safety. Responsibility really does enhance safety because a person says what they're going to do. Like when they say they're going to do something, they do it. A person feels safe. And it's so important, particularly for women, that they're made to feel safe in a relationship. The moment that they start to notice they're not safe, you will see the behaviors changing because they're going to look for survival mechanisms. And you might see it as nagging for men, but for them, it's like, do it, do it, do it. And they're not doing it because, and underneath it is this, there's something around the responsibilities that's not happening. And that's usually the case when we do the investigation and I'm talking to a couple, I'll find that if I look deeper and deeper and deeper, fundamental responsibilities or agreements that were made weren't honored. And they can be said agreements or unsaid, but they weren't honored.